Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Down the Rabbit Hole with Alice. Today I'm going to be doing another channel reading for you guys. Um, I've tried to do this video 2 times now, but I kept getting a bit overwhelmed with the energy, so I had to ground for a bit, which I feel like ties into the message. So first, always listen to yourself and your intuition. Leave what doesn't. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, let's get into the message. So I'm already feeling like a sense of overwhelm with this energy. I have a few cards out for my Starseed Oracle deck that I pulled prior to this. Now we have the cards Your Life is a Canvas, Baby Steps, Surrender to the Sweetness, and then Called. So with this intuition card and Your Life is a Canvas, I feel like you've reached a state and time in your journey where you're really moving towards more of a creation and a want and an intuition, like I guess based or led life. So it's like you're really trying to align with your highest timeline at this time, and it may feel a bit overwhelming. um, and I'm ultimately just feeling and like getting from spirit that throughout this journey and this time on your path and wanting to create what you've always wanted to create and bring forth to life, you're really just being called to listen to your intuition, which we hear that all the time, and it can be frustrating. I think it's just listening to your intuition, but with listening to your intuition comes taking small steps. Like, for instance, with this baby steps card, it says action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So, even just little steps each and every day can really change a lot in a short amount of time. And, you know, for instance, like going to the store and like going to a store that you weren't originally going to go to and meeting, like, I just heard like the love of your life. Take that if it resonates. It's just an example, but um I guess like yeah, going to a place that maybe you wouldn't normally go to, or a place that you didn't think you were going to go to and then you did, and it really just aligning you to the right people, the right place, the right things at the right time. So yeah, just listening to those little nudges every single day to fall more into alignment and to really be able to create the life that you want to create. Because if you have ideas and you're wanting to bring them to life rather than just letting them float around in your head, you have to take certain actions to move towards those things and create that. Because once you start taking those actions, things start coming into place, things start aligning more with you, and then it starts making sense. But it is understandable if some of you are feeling very confused right now, because you're not expected to know everything on your journey. You're not expected to have all the details or all of the situations or troubles that you're facing figured out, or how to manage everything. Everyone is learning, everyone is in a process of learning and growing each and every day. So, but through that learning and through that growing comes the more of the trust with yourself and your guides or whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, and trusting ultimately yourself and those little nudges you're receiving to be like, oh, I feel like I should do this. I'm not sure why, but I think it would be like, just those intuition nudges. It can be really helpful into helping you just create the path. Because if you try to rely on yourself alone in the sense of, like, I have to figure it out, like ego and fear. And I'm very careful when I bring up ego, because I feel like real life happens, like there are a lot of experiences every day where sometimes our minds are clouded, and I'm not someone who's going to just be like everything's sunshine and rainbows, because that's not it. But you really need, oh my god, I didn't mean to phrase it that way, but it's good to bring forth those inklings that you have to be able to continue on the path, even if it's a work in progress where you're building that trust with yourself. Um, so yeah, I'm just getting like, keep taking the little steps that you've been taking each and every day. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be as big as I feel like we make it seem, because some days are really hard and really difficult to get through, and that is so understandable. I understand that, like, so it makes sense if you're struggling, it makes sense if you were confused, it makes sense if you were all over the place and everything feels very chaotic. But ultimately coming back to yourself, coming back to your spirit guides, and listening to your intuition and continuing to heal and rest and take breaks, everything comes in a way of balance, but doing the things that you were slowly working on to make it to where you want to be, while also incorporating your intuition, is a big part of this journey. And it comes with a lot of self-trust and a lot of faith and a lot of belief in not only yourself, but outside forces. So some of you could be being called to start projects, to be called to start setting goals, um, and to really, I'm hearing like, start a plan and then start taking those little baby steps to meet that end goal, which I'm also hearing, don't focus on the end goal, because having an end goal is good, having something that you want is good, but if you're constantly worried about the end goal of something, if you're constantly just chasing the end goal of something, sometimes you can get stuck in, I don't know what it's called. I think it's like analysis paralysis. I'm not sure if that's the best term for this, but getting stuck in the end product of something and then feeling like you can't take action because you're so obsessed with the idea of that end goal. That was me just straight channeling right there. So, um, some of you could be being called to, I'm hearing soul gifts. So, take this how it resonates, but these could be spiritual gifts. This could be, um, musical gifts like singing, um, dancing, just any sort of creative gifts or things that you are good at, whether that's, whatever natural gifts you have, um, really working on that creative part and figuring out a plan and a way to incorporate that into your everyday life to bring you fulfillment. But for instance, let's say you're also, let's say for instance, you're a spiritual, what am I trying to say here? Like a tarot reader, or you do spiritual businesses and stuff. Um, like, oh my goodness, I'm getting like choked up on my words. Like, taking care of yourself and incorporating into your life because you want to incorporate it and enjoy it and create from that, but also in a way to where you can help and you can expand and share your wisdoms to others as well. So take that how it resonates. Another big message I was picking up was gratitude, and this is a sensitive topic for me, so I completely understand if hearing the concept of gratitude is frustrating. Um, but I think something that has helped me is that if you want to create more abundance and not get like stuck in certain like mindsets or thought patterns, it's really good to just, even if it's just a little bit each and every day, and really just bring awareness to all the things that you do have, and just being grateful for what you have, because, and but not putting yourself down for feeling a certain way about things that you want or don't have, because I that frustrates me a lot with the spiritual community. I'm just going to be real, but it frustrates me personally when people are like, oh, you just have to be positive, you just have to be grateful, you need to look at what other people don't have in order to bring up the gratitude within yourself. And I think that is the wrong way to go about it. And I think it's good to be aware of what you have and like what other people are going through and struggling with each and every day. But I don't think it's the right way of analyzing it and like diminishing your own struggles, your own fears, your own anything just because someone has less than you. That doesn't mean don't bring awareness to it. That doesn't mean don't help those people. That doesn't mean don't, like work on if work on bringing awareness or whatever it is you want to do during with those things and the people who have less or are struggling. But I um I just don't think it's right to put yourself down and be like, okay, well, I'm not allowed to feel this, this, and this because someone else has less than me. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Like everyone should be allowed to have wants and needs as long as you're not doing it in an egotistical way. Like in a way that you're being very rude and disrespectful to other people who do have less than you. Little rant. So I think that resonates with the message. So, anyways, back to the huge thing about this gratitude. Bring gratitude into your life each and every day, step by step, little step, okay? If it's just little affirmations every day, if it's just bringing awareness to the food you ate, or the home you live in, or the clothes that you're wearing, or the phone that you have, whatever you have, and just bringing awareness and being grateful for those little things can really push you towards a more fulfilling mindset and more abundance and fulfillment because yeah. So I think that's ultimately the message, is just like taking those little steps each and every day to where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do, not burning yourself out, because that burning yourself out is really easy to do in this day and age. But it's just it's having to, sorry, I feel like I have to burp. Excuse me. But yeah, it's all about flow, it's all about balance ultimately, and just figuring out what fits where and when, you know what I mean? Um so yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my phone isn't gonna die. Yeah, so if there are some decisions you're feeling stuck on, or you're in a place where you're feeling confused or frustrated, or you're not surrounded by many people who are understanding of your path and what you want to do or what you want to create, we have the cards You're Not For Everyone and Child of the Cosmos. And this card talks about, obviously, you're not for everyone, embrace your weirdness, face your true north. So no matter what people perceive or believe about you, um, be just mindful that you're here for your reason and your path is different. And if other people can't see that or understand it or be open to it, or just treat you a certain way in the way that you're not supposed to be treated, those people aren't for you. Not everyone is going to understand why you're here, what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, and some people might be upset about it, but that's not something that you need to hold on to. It's just those aren't the people who are meant for you. And then Child of the Cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So you have the ability to channel the information that you were looking for and communicate with Source, God, the divine, your spirit team, in a way that is right for you. And you have a connection with yourself and the divine, and you can find the answers. You can take action, but it comes with trust. You have to trust. Like if you are getting intuitive nudges and guidances, but you're not trusting it and you're not trusting yourself, I've been there. I'm still there sometimes, you know. But if you're struggling in those places in those times where you're not trusting that guidance, you're going to keep feeling confused because you're questioning the truth within you. And that can be a really isolating and confusing and frustrating experience, you know, especially when we're wanting the answers and we're getting the answers, but we're like, well, I don't want to do it that way, or I don't think I can do that, or I'm not sure I can trust this, which is understandable. But just like I said, baby steps, you're bringing me back to the baby steps. It's just one step at a time. And as you get more comfortable, it will become a lot more easier for you to trust those intuitive nudges and guidance within you. All right, so that is all for the cards. I have this crystal book that I enjoy, and I'm just gonna scroll and see. Here, I'll do it in front of the camera because I did a video for it, and I was so devastated that I didn't do it in front of the camera to show how cool it was. Okay, let's do a couple. We'll do a couple. So, the crystal moss agate could be significant for you. Sorry, I was just reading. I get interested. I haven't read this whole book yet, so I'm like, Okay. I do not know how to say this. Pietersite? I have no idea. But that might resonate if you can read that. And then I think it's Sphene. Once again. Oh my god. That's crazy though. Okay. Here's what it looks like and what it's called. The magic of it says clarifies new directions, offers solutions to problems, and encourages lateral thinking. Healing functions gently increases levels of physical energy, helps us to understand our emotions, makes us open to new ideas and concepts, and aligns the subtle bodies. I'm hearing there might be a way of doing something that you weren't originally like. There might be a way of doing something that you're not seeing, and yeah, that's all I heard for that. But and then messenger. Yeah, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, that's what I said. So like balance and stuff like that. And then let's see if there's any my phone might die. Oh my gosh, it's at 4%. Also the number 323 might be significant. I'm gonna shuffle some of these other cards, see if there's any other synchronicities for you guys. Any other messages before my phone literally dies. We have hearing spirit more clearly, which, like I said, some of you might be working on upgrading your intuitive abilities and your psychic gifts. Sick and tired. Fire sign. I'm so tired of healing. So some of you could be really frustrated. Take a break if you need to. Don't burn yourself out where you have to go, I need to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, that you're not able to look at how far you've come, because that's an easy way to burn yourself out. We have purple. We have shifting timelines, frustration, flowers, and yes. So you could be saying yes to something. We have airplanes, new beginnings, summer, and any last messages, Spirit, for the collective? Okay, this one. Oh. Okay. Wow. God sees and hears your pain. Dude, you can't make this up. Be proud of how far you've come. Literally what I just say. These are blanks. Those are all blanks. And then time is an illusion. That's what I feel called to end with. So take that how it resonates, apply it how... Sorry, I feel like there's just one more. And then listen to your body. Okay, that's all for you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me, and I hope that you can love yourself, trust yourself, and keep moving forward on your path. Thank you. Bye.